Ondo maiona Ondo yechimurenga Ondo yeZimbabwe Ondo yechimurenga Ondo maiona Ondo yechimurenga Ondo yeZimbabwe Ondo yechimurenga Ondo yeZimbabwe Ondo yechimurenga Ondo maiona
Hama vadikanwi yatakarwa munoiziva imi tatakadzvanyirirwa asi izvezvi tasunungura nyika naizvozvo takuchivaka nyika yehuchi mukuona matorero ataita aya zvishoma izvi tikuda kuti munhu wese akwanise kudya vana vese vaende kuzvikoro mahara tinoda kuti muve muchikwanisa kudya pensheni yenyu handina kunge ndakapinda nemumusango ndinoziva kuti vamwe vakasara musango mushemu indandiri vangu mumaofisi ndosaka ndikuti chindisiya ndikontinye kushanda muofisi Ama 40 years is a very short time. Munhu wese achaje. We are almost halfway.
40 years, no free education.
Ondo my
My people, comrades and friends, welcome to another episode of The Week with me, Comrade Fatso. And it's been an epic week. The hurument is bringing back the Greenbombers, Zesa is going nuclear, and Zimbabweans are going wild for Njuzu. Huh? But first, the Greenbombers are back, like a fraudulent pastor formerly living in exile, Unit K. My problems essay reappear. Yes, the hurument have announced the return of your favorite local neighborhood militia, aka boys and girls Dismogo. Conveniently just in time for the 2023 election. Cabinet announced this week that it's reintroducing the National Youth Service Program, which was notorious for being a violent group in the early 2000s. Information Minister Monica Pamberine Propaganda Muchangwa said this week that the program was crucial in nurturing young people into becoming responsible and resilient citizens with a clear sense of national identity and respect for national values. By nurturing young people, she means brainwashing the youths and getting them high on chamba with a side dish of guga. By a clear sense of national identity, she means vachapfeka mahovhose green vachirowa opposition. It's basically a throwback Thursday to the good old days of Bob. Well, there you have it, my comrades. The more things change, the more they remain the same. New dispensation for what? What next? Is the hurument going to announce an urban goose calabash for independence, headlined by Tamboga and Pax Afro?
Thank you so much, comrade. This week, the weather is not looking good for most of us here in Zimbabwe. Take a look at my map here. We're expecting potential wins of beatings from the guys themselves, the Bodagezi. Yes, the Green Bomber are back in town, so expecting people to get beatings in most parts of the country. It's a cloud cover in areas such as Mbare, Kwadzana, and in rural areas. Saka pakaipa comrade, panogona ungorowa munhu anytime for no reason. Wearing a red shirt, unorowa. Saka pakaipa comrade. And moving on to Sunday, we are having our independence celebration, so expect a feeling of nostalgia and bathing in former glory. Songs such as Tane Minda, Nzira Soja will be played on ZBC all day long just to brainwash people, comrade. And then on Monday we'll be back to the normal situation, normal weather, that is corruption and incompetency. And moving on again, another surprise here. Take a look, comrade. We're expecting our MPs to continue losing their minds. As you can see here, they want new cars. They want new cars. Sorry for being unprofessional. They want new cars. So, anything can happen in Zimbabwe, comrade. Back to you, Baba.
In some comforting news, the hurument this week announced plans to set up a nuclear power station to help ease power shortages. The governments of Zimbabwe and Russia this week signed an agreement that will see Russia assisting us with nuclear power. Hooray! Finally, Zimbabwe will be a nuclear power. America, if you put sanctions on us, we will bomb your McDonald's and your Burger King. Imagine, they might even film a new season of Homeland in Kwekwe. Because that's how we'll win the 2023 elections. Because who needs jobs when you have nuclear power? Fair. Okay, but back to the actual story. The nuclear agreement was signed with Russia's state-owned company, the State Atomic Energy Corporation. Mutrangwa, as usual, defended the move, blaming climate change for a power crisis that's lasted for over a decade now. I have two problems with this nuclear deal. One, if climate change is the issue, then why are we investing in nuclear power and not clean green energy? Because we're only going to worsen the problem with nuclear power. Two, dear hurument, we cannot even competently run ZESA, which currently runs on mvura and coal. What more with nuclear? We may blow up Mozambique by mistake, or uranium in Oshaika. Anything is possible. 15 billion vanished, 6 kgs of gold almost left in a handbag. What more with nuclear? Kudatagwire and Sewikno will obviously become Zimbabwe's first nuclear billionaires. The atomic mingers. There's obviously a nice tender waiting there for someone connected to the Msangano. The hurument has continued its crackdown on MDC Alliance members. Last week, they sentenced activist Marco Haruzirishe to 14 months in prison for blowing a whistle. Should we arrest every Lion's Made ice cream man now? Then, they arrested 4 MDC Alliance activists outside of Marco's court appearance. Their crime? Apparently they shouted, "Ahoy my comrades, ahoy." No announce punishment plus good move. Because "Ahoy my comrades, ahoy" is just a Zinasu greeting. It's like saying dip. And this week, they're denying bail to the MDC Alliance's Joanna Mamombe and Cecilia Chibiri. Their crime? They're accused of contravening COVID regulations by holding a press conference outside of the magistrate's court, calling for Marco's release. This is the weaponization of the law against the opposition. Simple. Guess who's going back to Parliament? Tendai and his comrades. The High Court ruled this week that the guy who recalled them from Parliament was not actually the Secretary General of the People's Democratic Party. I mean, this is the guy. He looks like a pretty stand-up guy to me, guy. What? As a Secretary General of a party, you're not allowed to take official photos outside a Bombi Stombi Pambureo. Huh? Come on, guys. The drama never stops though. Because when Miti was kicked out of Parliament, Dali Monzora quickly appointed Brian Dube as head of the Public Accounts Committee, which had been unearthing massive corruption in state-run entities. Because as soon as the BT-led Public Accounts Committee was close to finalizing a damning report on corruption at ZESA, the hurument was like, no, please can you socially distance yourself from the truth? And they got him recalled. So we wait and see what will happen in the next season of Corruption. Our poor, suffering members of parliament have finally spoken out. No, not about their constituents. No, about the bag. Apparently, the 72,000 Zimkwacha they're getting per month is not enough. Plus, Hansi, we need new cars. Because allegedly, a car that's done over 200,000 Ks in mileage needs to be discarded. So yes, they must get my new whips. And this time, maybe not my Ford Ranger. No, my Lamborghini and my Bentleys will do. You see, four-wheel drives are not affected by potholes. So maybe if our MPs get my lowrider, they'll travel less and work more. Our very own cricket legend Heath Roapora Streak has been banned from the game for 8 years after being charged with multiple breaches of the ICC's anti-corruption code. During his time as coach, he allegedly passed on betting information and introduced 4 players to a would-be corruptor. Ejo, I thought this was only a hurument thing. Goes to show that corruption is truly our Zimbabwean national sport. Heath vastly benefited from the corruption. He made almost $35,000 and got an iPhone. Eh? Chete? 35,000 iPhone? Ah, Heath sure. At least take some notes from the big boss, the elder of the Demlut Rhythm, the captain of the national team of corruption, Blackwood. He can tell you how to go big and go home, not to jail. Because corruption these days has to be billions, Baba.
Hi, welcome to Levels, where I help you level up. Given that I'm such a beacon of light, a ray of sunshine, I'm gonna help you ladies shine. You see, it is so important not to let a man define you, ladies, okay? You must earn your own money, okay? You can't be going around being an expense to someone else, all right? You see, Sisi, this is the issue that I have with you. Inini, I just feel that it's unfair that I have to put a little extra for you to make ends meet every month. Because I think that if you truly worked hard, if you hustled like I do, we wouldn't be having this problem, auntie. Darlings, you simply must create a lifestyle that you can afford. You see, I don't use anyone else's money, all right? I earned all my money. Thank you. Delicious. Okay, so you gotta be independent, all right? Don't be a problem to others. Oh, darling. You know what? I am gonna give you something. I am gonna make a donation, and this is something that nobody can take away from you, okay? The most important thing that a woman can have, all right? It just saddens my heart to see this, you know? It's just so terrible. Take that to the bank, darling. You run with it. Ladies, it is so important to stand on your own 2 feet, okay? You cannot have other people, thank you. You cannot have other people prop you up. It makes no sense, okay? So, please, don't be a budget line, okay? Get your money right and just shine.
Last week, the Senate passed Constitutional Amendment Number 1 bill. The bill amends the Constitution and gives the president unilateral power to appoint judges. Currently, the nomination and appointment of judges is done through a transparent public interview process. But the new law gives Edie the power to appoint whoever he wants as judge. The hurument now also wants to push through the even worse Constitutional Amendment Number 2 bill. ZANU-PF is literally taking apart our constitution in broad daylight. To get more information and get involved in the campaign against Constitutional Amendment Number 2 bill, follow the activist Namatai Kwekweza on Twitter and get involved. Thanks for joining us on the week. Follow Magamba TV on social media. I've been Comrade Fatso, you have been the people, this has been the week. Don't join the Greenbombers and Futak.